Hello.
Some questions, comments about what is being offered and what it looks like. I know it doesn't look quite like it used to. We still can't pack the dining room with people. We still have to wear masks and manage social distancing. So that's going to be sort of a reality for the foreseeable future. We're not quite out of the water with this pandemic. We still have to, even if you're vaccinated, we can't let our guard down. So we want to be extra careful with that. That said, there is a full schedule and we're adding more. So more and more is happening. When Gemma gets on, she's going to tell you a lot of exciting things that are coming up that I'm sure you'll be happy to hear about. But that said, we can announce today that we'll be reopening on Fridays for in-person programming as well. We've already been doing some pool hours, but we'll be, in full form next Friday, which is the 15th. Going forward, so we'll be back to 5 days a week, in-person programming at Isaacs. We are still, for the foreseeable future, going to be providing both grab and go meals and the congregate.
Sorry.
So you are welcome to come and sit down in the dining room for a meal. We have dividers set up so you can safely take your mask off to eat. But you don't have to do that. Everybody at this point is in a different place with their comfort level, being in person, being around other people. And we want to respect that and provide options for you. So I will say here, as I've said before, if you are feeling disconnected from the center or feel like for whatever reason you are having trouble participating, and part of that is a comfort level being, in crowds or in spaces with other people, please let us know that. Let us know what we might be able to do to better accommodate that and make sure that you're connected. There may be things that we can do related to technology. We've done some outdoor stuff, or just kind of talking through what the precautions are might help with how we're distancing people and how we're enforcing the masks. There have been some instances recently of folks not wanting to wear masks inside. While we understand that, and we know that there are certain venues around the city where you can be unmasked if you show a vaccination card, that can't be true for us just yet. We are serving older adults, particularly vulnerable for serious illness from this virus. So we have to maintain that. And this is not just us. This is a city regulation. In order for us to be open and in-person services, we have to keep our masks on in this space. So that's a non-negotiable thing at this point. So please help us with that. And if you see folks that are, not doing that, let us know. Let the staff know so we can have a conversation with them, make sure they understand. Okay. Okay, what else here? So this past weekend we did a vaccine clinic. We did another vaccine clinic at Isaacs. This was geared towards young adults. But then at the sort of last minute, we learned that they had opened up the booster shots for folks over 65 that received the Pfizer vaccine. So that became an option. Hopefully you received a robocall from us or an email. If you didn't, let us know that so we can make sure that you're on that list. But we had a nice turnout of members that came to get their booster shot. The clinic that we had back in March and April was Moderna. So we weren't able to offer the boosters this time to them, but we are engaged in trying to figure out the best ways to get those, to get access to those things, to get the access to those booster shots. But thank you for those who came out and experienced that. That was a good day. Good to have everybody there. I want to make an announcement that you probably have heard if this is you, but if not, if you're receiving Get Food, those are that specific city-run food delivery program that started during the pandemic and has been going on. We had about over 300 Isaacs members who were receiving it at one time. That is coming to an end. Starting next Friday, the 15th, will be the last delivery. So we want to make sure that if that's you, if you are receiving Get Food, that is a very specific program. It's not food coming from Isaacs, it's coming from the city vendors. If you're getting that and are concerned about where you'll get your sort of the meals for the week, please let us know that. We've done some outreach we think we've connected with everybody, but want to make sure you know what the alternatives are. And right now there are quite a few alternatives through Isaac Center, including our food pantry, which is open to everybody, and through Alberto to sign up, and through our congregate meals and our grab and go meals. So lots of resources for food. Just want to make sure that you know what they are and that you can pick what's best for you. We've really tried to set it up so you have options
Did you get my email?
regarding food. Okay. What else? So we know it's October and the holiday season is coming. Hard to believe, but it is. So we have started conversations about what the holidays. Oh, somebody, should we keep yourself on mute? So we've had conversations about what the holidays will look like this year. We're invested in, as usual, you're doing Thanksgiving as a big event as we have in the past. Likely cannot sit in the dining room again this year. That's probably off the table because of the distancing. As you recall, those who have done it before, that is a very crowded and packed event, and we hope and dream to get back to it. But we will come up with the best safe solution to make sure everybody has access to a Thanksgiving meal and turkeys and all that stuff that we've done before, and that we can come together. Last year we came together for a virtual toast in the afternoon, and likely we'll do something nice like that again. So I don't have any specifics about the holiday, just want to mention that we are starting to have those conversations and invested to bring this stuff to you. Okay, so I have a couple of folks that I will turn it over to. So first we have representatives from Metropolitan Hospital on the line today, and we're very excited about this. So this is something that we have been talking with Metropolitan Hospital about for years now, trying to figure out how we can bridge the program at Isaac Center, the community space, and all the services, the medical services and primary care that's available at Metropolitan Hospital, right across the street, 3 blocks down, not even. So we've come up with a program where we're calling it the what are we calling it? I think it's the telehealth connection.
Synergy.
What is it? Synergy. Great. So, which I'll turn it over to our representatives, but at Metropolitan Hospital. But we're excited to be able to bring this. This is really going to be provide access to healthcare services through your community center at Isaacs in a way that I don't think's ever been done before. Certainly not that we've done. It really fits into what our goals and our mission is in our partnership with Metropolitan. So I will turn it over. Who wants to start off? Is it who's on here? Noelle, you want to jump in first?
I think Dr. Ganatra, sorry.
Yes, please. We'll turn it over.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. And we here at Metropolitan are extremely excited to be collaborating with the Isaac Center. I'm Dr. Angela Ganatra. I am the Chief of Ambulatory Care here at Metropolitan, but I am first and foremost a family doc. And next to me is Evelyn Nieves, and she's our AED, our Executive Administrative Director here at Metropolitan. She takes care of all the operations in ambulatory care here at Metropolitan. And I don't know what I would do without her. So, like I said, we're very excited, and I'm so glad that Aaron reached out to us again. We had tried to do something, a joint venture before the pandemic, to have a provider at Isaac Center to do some preliminary medical examinations. But due to, I guess, restrictions, we were not able to do that. But now, there's always a silver lining if you look for it, right? And even with the COVID pandemic, the silver lining has been that we now are on this great, amazing televideo platform. So we can now actually see patients. So we can, and we're planning on beginning very shortly, having y'all over at the Isaac Center use televideo technology and us sitting here at Metropolitan, only, like you said, 2-3 blocks away, but here have our primary care physicians, specifically family physicians, actually perform a meeting, an exam, well, maybe not a physical examination, but at least an examination where we can meet, our provider can meet with a patient there, and start the ball rolling for folks that may feel a little hesitant, right, to come to the hospital. You know, we're in the ambulatory care center, but yes, it's on the same campus as the Metropolitan Hospital. And if you feel uncomfortable coming, we can begin our first visit via a televideo visit. And one of our providers can take a great history, find out what's going on. We even have the capability of prescribing medications electronically. And that will hopefully provide a level of comfort to you all to say, hey, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Let me come on over to Metropolitan. Maybe you haven't had your cholesterol checked in, you know, many moons, and this way you would come over and get some fasting blood work done. Or, you know, we would need some vital signs, right? We'd like to take your blood pressure, a height and a weight, see how you're doing with if you're complaining about, let's say, shortness of breath, we could do a pulse ox to see how your oxygenation is. And then moving forward, if other services were needed, like a mammogram, or if you needed a colonoscopy for preventive colon cancer screening, and for whatever reasons, or maybe you need to come over because you haven't had your pneumonia vaccine, and we've now started giving flu shots. So I'm not sure if you're providing that over at the Isaac Center, but if not, you know, we could set up a session to have a whole bunch of y'all come over for flu vaccines, and, you know, so on and so forth. So just saying that this is a really great way to begin for Metropolitan and for the Isaac Center for us to be meeting each other, and for us to provide some, you know, high quality health care. Anybody have any questions for us?
I don't.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, go ahead. Is there a question?
Go ahead. I just heard someone. I thought it was a question.
I did too. Well, thank you so much.
Question.
Yes.
Hi, this is Leona Fredericks. So in basis, you can do a video exam, you know, just on the temperature, taking the temperatures, or if there is a problem, we can talk to you and then discuss whether coming over to you. So it'll be like a triage. You'll be like
not just a triage, but an actual visit. As much as we can do over the televideo monitor, we will do. And we're already doing with our patients, our established patients here. We normally don't, normally when we see a new patient, we like to meet them in person at the first visit. But, you know, Erin has suggested that we do a televideo visit for our first, you know, encounter with y'all. And that's fine, we'll do that. And then going forward, if we feel like we need to see you, right? Sometimes you do need to put a stethoscope to someone's chest. Or if someone's complaining about an earache, we do need to look inside your ear with an otoscope. But if there are other concerns, or, you know, and I think Erin, there is a nurse there at the Isaac Center.
Yes.
And if it's possible for the nurse to do a blood pressure for us,
Yep.
then, you know, we could get a blood pressure done. And if the nurse could do a height and a weight, you know, that would be nice too. But whatever we can do via telehealth, we will do. But there will be times that you need to come over because we have to do blood or we have to do some sort of imaging. But at least we can start the connection, you know, initially through a televideo visit.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Of course. Our pleasure.
Looks like somebody in the chat said one more question. Whoever put that in the chat, it just says iPhone. You want to ask your question?
I thought it was a question, like.
Alrighty, so just to
Okay.
keep the flow of the meeting, I
Yeah.
think we'll pass over. We will be having some info sessions and some tabling. And also, I'll probably be the point person, but if you already work with a social worker, they'll also be able to field your questions and get you situated with an appointment and get you connected with the program. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you so much. This is really an exciting moment. We've been waiting for this and have so many ideas on the table over the years to try to figure out how to bridge this gap. And this is really exciting that it's going to happen. And I'll just say one thing about the best way that I think we can think about this is this is an extension of our case for Isaacs, of our case management, of the social work team, the nursing, as we talked about, right? All of this is a way to make this link. So if this is you, if you're thinking, I would really like to, connect or to talk with a doctor, or I don't have, sufficient medical care, talk to your social worker first, talk to us, and we will sort of then make this link. And like Gemma said, we'll be doing tabling, we're doing more info sessions to talk about how the link can happen. But it's coming right along. Hopefully it creates, we break down some barriers to accessing medical care, which is one of our main goals here. There was a hand up. Who had their hand up and who wants to ask a question? Okay, well, we're going to do more Q&A at the end, so we can pass it up. If you have questions about the Metropolitan program, please put them in the chat, or when we do our Q&A, we will try to address them. So in moving on here, I would like to introduce our clinical manager, Gloria Gong, at this point, to introduce our new social work students who have hit the ground running, haven't they, Gloria?
Thank you, Aaron. Hi, everyone. My name is Gloria. I'm the clinical manager here. Nice to see everyone. And I'm gonna introduce our new students for fall semester this year and also next year spring semester. And we have 3 interns. One is Yerling. She's Spanish and English speaking. I don't think she's joining us because she has working. Yeah, she has working right now. And we have Wenlan, she's Chinese speaking and English speaking. And also we have Sabrina, and she's English speaking. So we have working from Monday to Thursday, morning from 9 to 11 and afternoon 2 to 4. So they're all gonna be here Monday, Wednesday. So if you have any question for them, you can always come to our their working. So Wenlan, do you want to introduce yourself and keep your camera on? Say hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wenlan, and very nice to meet you all on Zoom. And it is my 2nd year of studying social work, and I'm glad I'm placed in Senior Center in Isaacs. And I hope I could meet you in Senior Center and help you when you need it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Wenlan. How about Sabrina? Do you want to introduce yourself and say hi and keep your camera on?
Hi, I'm in the dining room.
Hi.
Hi. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Sabrina. I'm a 1st year social work student. I will also be here until May. And yeah, I'm also very excited to be here and to get to know everybody.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, I will leave my phone number here and also their landline phone number here. If you have any question, you can always reach out to us and come to our working hours from Monday to Thursday, morning and afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria.
Okay, so now we go back to Gemma.
That is me. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone, both in person and on Zoom. It's so nice to see faces. I know it's usually when I'm running around, but again, nice to see you. So there's a lot of programs that have been added since we last met. There's been some changes to programming. The first thing I want to start by saying is thank you to everyone who started participating in our in-person programming. We've definitely grown since we've first opened.
Also get,
No?
oh my God.
Gianni, mute yourself. Thank you. So we've been able to add a lot of programs since we've started back up, and it's really nice to see you guys all participating and enjoying the program that we've added. So just to kind of go through what we have, so we also are still doing our online programming. That definitely has taken a little bit of a dip since we started in-person programming, but I just do want to remind everyone, we do have it. And we do want to encourage those who may not be able to make it to the center, who may not necessarily be comfortable meeting in person, that the options are still there for you to participate, and we still want you to feel welcome to join us for programming. Some new additions that we've added to the schedule is we have some updated board game, billiards and board games, which is the pool hours. I know sometimes I confuse people because I use interchangeably. I interchange between billiards and pool, but when I'm talking about pool hours, I'm talking about the pool table. Unfortunately, we did not get a pool during the pandemic. I wish we did, but we didn't. So we've updated some billiards and board game hours. Also, we've added another bingo hour, which is on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. right after lunch. We've also added a couple new classes, and we're also going to be adding stuff going forward. So first, I want to start off by introducing Jean. She just joined us actually this morning, was her first class. We're working out some kinks, but I just want to introduce her and give her a chance to talk a little bit about her class. Jean, whenever you're ready.
Okay, there. Hi, I'm Jean Fung, and I know many of you because I'm also a member. And I also used to help out with the tax aid thing. So Tai Chi on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. It's a gentle class. It runs for 20 sessions once a week. And they just ask that you be on camera if you can. I'm gonna move myself back. So if you're sitting, I want to see at least your knees and your nose, okay? So when you pick your site to join the class, that's very helpful to me, so I make sure you're okay. And if you're gonna do it standing, you can do it sitting or standing. It's gentle exercises, and I just want to be able to see you from your nose to your toes. That's all. Just want to make sure you're doing it okay and that you stay safe, all right? And you can ask questions by doing the chat. We had some people today that came on just with audio with the phone, so then I talk a little more to describe the movement. And I guess you all know Tai Chi, gentle movement. It's good for arthritis and fall prevention. And we work on all the joints, including the hands, right? So I do hope you join us. Come out and play with us on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. We start on time.
Okay.
As long as we don't have any kinks. Any questions on that?
No, good to see you, Jean, again.
Hey, Gloria.
Okay.
Just a reminder that class is also hybrid, so we stream it in the dining room so that if you don't have access to Zoom or you need a bigger screen, you're able to participate in the class. And again, that's Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. We also have, if you're familiar with Marcy Simon, she did classes through Asphalt Green. She does the basic bar class on Mondays. She is adding another class on Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. which is the equilibrium class. So it's a mix of like the bar class and the drumming that she does. If you're familiar with the classes, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's a really great class, both for balance training and strength training. And we also have, if you guys were familiar with Yvonne and Roger, Yvonne is back teaching. She teaches on Thursday mornings from 9 to 10. They're like a trio. It's Yvonne, Roger, and Marina. Marina had classes actually on Tuesday afternoons, and they were not frequented enough. So we did put a pause on those classes, but if you're interested in that class, join for the 9 a.m. and then we can explore adding more times or another session if you're interested. We also are, so some programs that we're going to be adding, one of them is the programming committee. I know that was something that was that we had before the pandemic, and I want to kick it off again because your input is really important to me in terms of what you want to see for programming. This is your center, it's your activities that you're participating in, and I want to make sure that that is being acknowledged and taking into account. So I'm planning on having that the third Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m. We will meet. And depending on how many people show up, will determine what room we're in, but 1 p.m. third Thursday of the month. And I also have, there was a question in the chat about the chair dance class. So the chair dance class is technically still on the schedule. We've just been having some scheduling conflicts. So hopefully I'll have a solution or an answer to address that question. I just, at the moment, we've had to cancel the class last minute. So I also have some classes that are another class that's gonna be added coming up later this month. Sandrea, whenever you're ready, you can share a little bit about that program.
Okay. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay, sorry to say that, but I'm going to my notes. So greetings all. I'm Sandra Coleman, and I am your neighbor. I serve on Local Community Board 8. I am one of the co-founders of the Homes Isaacs Coalition. I have a long history of volunteerism. I served in Isabella Nursing Home for many years in their former pastoral services department. Lastly, I'm medically retired from NYPD as a civilian supervisor. I'm excited to be able to lead a bio writing workshop with whoever is interested. Everyone has important events in their lives. So let's work together to create a short or medium biographical profile of yourself. No pressure, no rush. Let's work together to craft your brief story. I will share my bio out loud to participants once we start it, preferably not being read by me. So you could really understand and see how it sounds, and it's not coming from me because it's written in the third person. And it won't be, we will work with whatever's comfortable, whether you want to write it in the third person or not. I will explain that when we start the classes. In this workshop, we will hear other participants' progress, as well as finished bios that they care to share. So join us. This will be an exciting adventure for us all. And I believe it's going to start on Thursday, October 28th at 1 p.m. It will be a hybrid workshop or class, however we're going to coin it. And Gemma could probably talk more if she has. Thank you. Thank you. I hope to see you all there, whoever can make it.
Thank you. So I'm really excited for that program. I know that we had a program that was somewhat similar before, that was online, but I think it'll be helpful to have the to be able to do it in person, and it's a lot more meaningful. Anna, did you have a question? I see your hands raised.
Yes, I think Thursday at 1 o'clock is Aaron. The meeting with Aaron every Thursday at 1 o'clock.
So there is a chance that there's gonna be concurrent meetings. So I try to fit as much stuff on the schedule as I can, but sometimes there's overlap.
Okay.
Because that causes problems, because it's causing problem with Rincon Latino. Most of the time, the number is used or the link by another class at the same time.
The link should be updated at this point.
Okay, that's important feedback though, Anna. We'll look at the schedule and make sure that if there is an option to not, eventually as we build up the schedule, there will be more than one thing happening at once, which is, not a bad thing necessarily, but if it's too many people want to do both, we can look at it. Appreciate that.
Alrighty, and another exciting thing, so I know that, don't kill me, don't shoot the messenger, but we are gonna bring back trips. We do have a trip planned, or scheduled for October 26th to go to Allstead Farms, I believe it's called. It's an apple orchard. Everyone gets 4 apples, and there will be a tractor ride, and there will be nice fall activities. And then there will also be a lunch at a pizzeria. So just some details about that. I know this is going to be the first trip that we do at Isaac's post, well, not post, we're still in the pandemic, but now that we have the vaccines and everything, this is the first trip we're having since we're back. We do have the entire bus reserved. We do have 45 seats reserved. So we would like to try to fill the bus. We do ask everyone when they're inside on the bus to wear their mask just as they would on public transportation. And then, once you're outside, at some point it's a little bit of a comfort thing when you're outside, but when you're inside the restaurant and not eating, wearing the mask. So we want to make sure that it's as safe as possible, but we do know that not everyone's going to be comfortable. So you don't have to feel pressure to go, these are the circumstances of the trip. But we would love for you guys to join us. We're planning on doing a collection for the trip next Wednesday, right after lunch, the 13th, and the 20th, right after lunch. And I have to punch in the numbers to get the price for you guys, but I'll get that to you as soon as possible. And yeah, again, big highlight on joining that programming committee. If you, I know that not everyone's gonna want to go to an apple orchard. If you do, come join us, but I want to make sure that we're getting feedback about what kind of trips you do want to see if apple orchards aren't your thing.
Okay. Gemma, is this sponsored by Amazing Destination?
Yes, it is.
Amazing Destination?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And oh, we're reopening on Fridays. So Fridays we will be open starting next week, the 15th. And I believe we're going to be doing dine-in service the 15th as well. And we would like to do a birthday party to celebrate everyone for the past year. And that will be October 22nd. And then we would like to have a costume party on the 29th to celebrate Halloween. I know the Arts and Crafts Club has been working very hard to get together some decorations for us, and the center is looking very festive. If you want to come and make decorations for the center, you can join the Arts and Crafts Club. And yeah, I think those are all my updates. I know it's a lot of information. I see Cheryl has her hand up.
Yes, my question is that, is there a way that you can put the in-class, in-person schedule also on the schedule that you put on for the online?
So when I email, so every Fridays I send my large email that has a lot of updates. I attach the indoor programming schedule, the grab and go menu, and any flyers or pamphlets or anything that are discussed in that email. On the online programming flyer that I send out daily, I try to include as much of the indoor programming as I can. I would like to get to a place where I have a little more organized of a calendar. You'll just have to bear with me. I actually have someone starting next week. The program assistant will be starting next week. So hopefully things will move in the right direction of having a monthly calendar and having a more aesthetically pleasing calendar. So it's a little easier to decipher what's online and what's in person. But at the moment, I don't want to overwhelm, especially if people are online, accessing more online programming. But
Okay, then I'm just making my point to travel to the center to get one of those sheets, because I live on 120th, and
are you able? Yeah, are you able to open the attachments in the email that I send on Fridays?
I never seen the attachment. That's when I have to go through them and look again, because I don't see an attachment.
So every Friday I send an email and the subject is typically the same. The subject line is programming updates for week of, and then it'll include the week. So I would just say, if you don't see any attachment on that, shoot me an email and I'd be happy to send you a picture of it.
Okay.
You also can text me at my at the number in my signature, which I can repeat on this call, if you ever don't get the attachment. So I can just text you a picture of it and it may be easier for you to access. So,
okay.
Before I jump off, my phone number is 7-475-5321.
53.
What was the first three numbers?
347.
Okay.
475.
475-5321.
So I just want to advise everyone, I'm sorry if I don't answer your call right away. I try to get back to calls as best as I can. If you come to the center and you see me, I'm usually running around. So I'm not ignoring your message. I'm probably just doing something, but I try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. But always feel free to stop by. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions in person.
Gemma, can I ask you about one more class?
Yeah.
Meditation class? We talk about that.
So I want to add a meditation class. I'm just trying to figure out the timing. So we have a teacher that teaches chair yoga on Wednesdays, and she wanted to add 30 minutes of meditation. The difficulty is that we have a hard time fitting everyone into the dining room, which is our biggest space right now. And it's a pretty popular requested class. So I just got to find a time that works on the schedule that can accommodate everyone in the room.
Oh, I hope you find it soon.
Yeah. Yep, I'm working on it, I promise.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, you done, Jen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so who do we have coming up? Henry or Crystal? Crystal?
You called?
Yes, ma'am, I called. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Hi, everyone. I'm sure everyone knows me by now, but those of you who do not know me, my name is Crystal Simmons. I'm the Senior Director of Food and Nutrition Services. As Aaron and Gemma have already mentioned, we are back up and running next week, Friday. So please, please, please join us for grab and go or dine-in service. You do know dine-in service is maximum 20 people capacity, so don't ask to add any more people. No, no, and no. Coffee and tea. So it was suggested that we make sure coffee and tea is offered during dine-in service. Yes, indeed, it is offered. If you have any suggestions, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or whatever it is, please do not hesitate to let me know. I am on site most days, and yes, I'll be here on a Friday. So,
excuse me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, y'all just muted me, so I guess my time is up. So let me hurry up.
No. Continue.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but on that same, are you still putting out your surveys?
So yeah, surveys are out. If the surveys are not out, let me know. I'll make sure that they're out. But yes, I want the surveys out for every meal. Let me know. If there's something on the menu and you're like, Crystal, don't add that again, we will take it off. Okay, and in addition to that, we are adding some Latin American meals 2 to 3 times a week. So please try it. Let me know if it's, you know, like I said, I don't know unless you tell me. I am not telepathic, although I wish I could definitely read your minds with permission, but I cannot. So please let me know, okay?
Are you still thinking or considering your food committee again?
Yes, definitely. Maybe we'll start, you know, I know it's probably too much because like Aaron said, holiday season is approaching already. Thanksgiving is next month. So we'll start thinking about that probably in January. So we'll just have some general conversations for now, and then we'll start having those conversations. And as I said, I would love for there to be peer-to-peer support. So with that food committee, I would love for you to contact the Meals on Wheels participants and ask them, how are meals going? How are things going? How's the delivery service? Of course, anonymously, because if I do it, people may not want to tell me exactly how they feel if I do it. But if it's a fellow peer, the information might be come out a little bit better. Okay.
Okay.
Questions, you can ask me. If not, email me or call me or send it to me in the chat. I'm here.
What's your phone number?
212-360-7620, extension 158. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Henry available this afternoon?
And keep trying to get him. I think he's trying to get connected.
Oh, okay.
You can move on to Kathy's not on, but I have Gianni on.
Oh.
Hey, and Justina is on as well, which is great. Hello, everyone. We are from the Youth Center. We're right across the pond. Justina is going to give a quick kind of reintroduction as to who we are on the Youth Center side, and then I'll just mention some updates. So Justina, do you want to take it away?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I am Justina Sharrock Brown, Senior Engagement Specialist here at the Isaac Center. And as mentioned, we work for education and workforce. We are always looking for ways to get our young adults over at the Senior Center or some of the members over at 415 over to this side to, execute some form of intergenerational programming. One of the popular or more popular sort of workshops that we offer is our tech support, which I heard is very popular over at 415. And so we're trying to find more ways to do things of that nature. We have a lot going on. We will start being at the Senior Center maybe once or twice a week with a table, just to let you know what's going on and what we have available. But if you have stories you'd like to share, experiences, or you have a skill that you would like to offer to our young adults, we are always looking to post that. You could just come find Gianni or myself over at the Senior Center, and we'd be more than happy to help organize something. So as Gianni stated, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her so she can just tell you what we have going on.
Awesome, thank you. So again, I'm just a fellow community engagement specialist. I'm just gonna give you guys some updates about how we are on the Youth Center side. So participants have been enrolled for 5 weeks. They've really enjoyed kind of being on site and getting to be interactive with some of the workshops we have going on. So some of the workshops are, one, speaking on unhealthy and healthy relationships, which they're very interactive on. We just had a workshop on creating a supportive tree, where they would have a tree that's their goal, and then they would have different people who support them within their lives. We also have a book club which is very popular. Beyond that, we're working on finding some possible workshops. So it's really interesting that you guys mentioned chair yoga, because we're actually looking for a yoga instructor, a little tidbit in there. So feel free to throw that name around. Besides that, we have a kickoff event happening on the 12th and 13th to just give a reintroduction to students about the education and workforce team and kind of what's going on here. So we are happy to take your advice and also take your comments and kind of collaborate with you guys. So thank you for giving us time to speak, and we're really excited to be in this meeting.
Thank you so much for coming. We look forward to working with you guys over there. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, Justina was involved with our Black History program, right?
Yes.
I thought I recognized the face.
Yeah.
MC Justina.
Okay.
I have Henry on.
Okay.
Henry, that's your cue.
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Henry Foster, the new program director for Home Delivered Meals. I am excited to be here, being able to produce, or I should say, being an asset to the team that is being able to produce these nutritious meals for not only the senior center on the congregate side, but also for our seniors that we deliver homebound to each and every day. I'm looking forward to know each and every one of you much better. And I can't wait, and I'm very excited as we start this transition to open more to meet each and every one of you individually.
So in addition to Crystal, if we have complaints, we can come to you too, right, Henry?
You definitely can, yes.
Okay, thanks for coming on. I was looking forward to having you come so that the seniors could meet you and actually see who Henry is, okay? And you know who I am because I met you when I was there.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thanks again.
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks again. So you said, Gemma, that Patki is not here, so next up.
Patki's on.
Oh, she is. Oh, okay.
Skip if we need.
Okay.
But it's nice to see you, Ms. Gloria. It's nice to see everybody. I'll be quick since I know we have limited time and a packed agenda. Very, very quick update on our long-awaited senior center bathroom project. They finally sort of come and scoped out the space, and they're ready to actually start construction in the winter. So it's going to happen during the holidays. We don't have an exact date, but as soon as we get one, we'll pass one along. But we're looking at December. Part of what I'm going to be working with Erin and Crystal and Gemma and others on is to ensure that everybody has access while that construction is going on and that we're making sure that we're safe. But we're going to need a lot of feedback from all of you as to what's working and what's not, but more to come. That'll start in December. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Patki. Okay, so last up would be Greg if he's available.
Hey, everybody. It's great to see you all this way and in person. I don't have a lot to offer today except to say thank you to those folks who have seen me. I've been limping around the building because I hurt myself and everyone's been so nice to me in acknowledging and say, oh, are you okay? I'm all right. I hurt myself. So I'm limping. I got a bit of a limp.
Just want to note, both Miss Gloria and I shook our heads at the same time.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's kept me in their well wishes. At the same time, by the way, I also have an ear infection now. I found out yesterday. So the whole left side of my body, complete disaster. The right side's fine. Why am I mentioning this? For no reason other than this has been a long and challenging time for all of us. And we've all been through lots of highs and lows throughout the last year and a half. And it was just last week, we had the opportunity to acknowledge some of the board members who have history with the Isaac Center and acknowledge them for their commitment to the organization. And when we did that, we talked a lot about how it is that during this pandemic, regardless of the challenge, regardless of the issue, regardless of the weather, regardless of the what was being put upon us, communicated to us by city agencies, regardless of what it was that was coming at us in a bunch of different directions, we've never stopped. We just have never stopped. And I'm just kind of reflecting in this moment that we did is, and I think we have done as much as we could to try to reach out and to stay connected. And we recognize, all of us who've been part of this time together, that there is so much more we wish we could have done. There's so much more that we would have wanted to do, but we've tried. We really have tried, and we tried to figure it out in real time. And I just want to note too, as I say all that, and it's even sort of acknowledged in this time right now, and the new faces. You know, if you've been connected to the Isaac Center over the last couple of months, there's new team members. There's a new unit here, and it's connecting our aging services and our youth services. And it's hopefully engaging each and every one of you as we, as you know, continue to build relationships that extend beyond the Isaac Center and connect us as well to the West Side with our new partners at Goddard Riverside Community Center. So I don't have much more to add here, except I appreciate how warm and welcoming everyone has been to the new Isaacs team members, to all of you who have been through all of this period with us, whether you've been with us as we navigated March 2020 up until now, or you're new to the Isaac Center. I hope you feel a sense of warmth and confidence, and I hope you get the sense that we're here to figure things out. Whether you're a new team member on the Isaac side, or you've been around for a while, just know our ethic and our value and our character is all about trying to figure things out. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Nothing about this world we can wave a wand to fix, but we'll do everything we can, every backflip imaginable, to try to figure out a way to figure things out together. So on that note, I want to say happy fall to everyone. It's great to see you. And I'm now going to run over to the dining room and give my love and respect to everybody who was able to join us in person.
Don't do the backflip until you need a cane, because I have about 5.
I'm willing to race walk anybody right now. You're going to beat me, no question, but I'm willing.
So, not me.
It's going to be very close right now, although I'm getting better. I'm getting better by the minute.
Mr.
Don't
Morris.
talk to me this side. I can't hear out of this ear. So you can only talk to me on this side.
Excuse me, Mr. Morris, what's your title again?
My name is Greg Morris, and I'm the Executive Director of the Stanley Isaacs Neighborhood Center. And actually, the truth of the matter, in just a very short period of time, I'll be officially transitioning to the title of Chief Program Officer of the Isaacs Center and Goddard Riverside Community Center. And our new boss, our new CEO, Rod Jones, will be someone that I report to. And that's something we've talked about in past meetings. And I look forward to introducing you. We should note this. We should introduce this group to Rod. I'm sure he would love to meet everybody on this call.
Yes, I'd like to. I'd like to meet them also. I'm sorry that I couldn't attend the homecoming, but I saw what Marin put up, and it looked like it was a very nice evening.
It was a good night, and it was our opportunity to acknowledge the board members of the Isaac Center, some of whom had been with us for more than 20 years, who served in president and other capacity. And it was a way of sort of saying to them and expressing our gratitude to those board members for their contribution, their commitment to this community. And for some of those folks, it was the first time that they had sort of been outside to be gathered with anyone that they were meeting maybe for the first time. So we were as safe as we could be, and we were able to celebrate.
And it was good that it was in-house.
It was good that it was in-house. It was good that it was in-house. And we're going to keep trying. We'll keep chipping away. I'm very excited about the field trip that's coming up, but we're going to keep trying to chip away. We're not ready yet for a community Thanksgiving by any stretch, but we're going to keep chipping away at trying to get to a place and get closer and get connected, but we'll only do it if it's safe.
Okay. Well, I just want you and all the staff to know, Greg, I mean, and I'm sure I can speak on behalf of all of the seniors. And if I'm not, well, it is just too bad for them, to thank all of you for all that you guys have done this last year and a half. You know, I mean, if anybody else hasn't noticed it, I have noticed all of it and been aware of it from the bottom of my heart. I thank all of you for the job that you've done in seeing that, you know, we cannot say that Stanley Isaac has left us out in the cold, because you haven't. You haven't, you know. So congratulations to all of you for a job well done.
Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say to all of you, and I mean this genuinely, Ms. King, to everybody on this call, it is a privilege to be in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we thank you. We thank you. Right.
Before you close us out, Gloria, I want to throw one more thing in there. Sorry. Thank you for the reminder, Rhonda. So we also, one more programming thing. We started our book club back up again. We had our first meeting on this past Monday. The meetings will meet once a month, the first Monday of the month, 2 p.m. on Zoom or in person. And
once a month when, Gemma? Once a month when? Once a month.
First Monday of the month.
Okay.
Unless there's a holiday, then we'll revisit scheduling it for another day, but that's the plan. And the next meeting will be November 1st. And some books that were proposed were The Lions of Fifth Avenue by Fiona Davis.
Can you put those in the chat?
Yeah. A Gentleman in Moscow. I'm going to send this in the email too. By Amor Towles. I'll also put this up on the board in the lobby. And Big Little Lies by Leanne Moore. So if you're interested in attending the book club, I would greatly appreciate it if you can email me your vote by next Monday, or by next Tuesday rather, because we're closed next Monday for a holiday, to please send me or drop off your suggestion or vote for a book, so I can email everyone and let them know what book was chosen for the book club. So yeah, Rhonda, if you wanted to throw in a little bit in there.
No, I didn't have anything to say. You said it all.
I see Albert just put something out. I mean, Albert, is it possible that you could just repeat that to everybody, that what you just wrote?
Yeah, sure. So this past 2 weeks, there was two members that received calls in terms of, you know, there's calls over, it says there's the situation regarding your Social Security or, you know, your bank account, and then the person will tell you if you can get gift cards in order to capture this person or this and that. So we had two members, you know, one member that went to the point of getting gift cards just because it was close to the end of the weekend, and then another member that, you know, still was kind of concerned whether they should get gift cards or not in order to comply with the person. So we just want to remind people that, you know, you ever come across a situation, these were two members that live within the NYCHA development. So, you know, we want to make sure that if you have any concerning calls like this and you get nervous or you have anxiety, reach out to us first and we'll try to walk you through those steps to see how real that situation is. But if anyone asks you, you know, to get gift cards, you know, first walk us through, you know, walk us through that situation, and we'll try to report that to the police and make sure you write down the number so that we can all be aware of what's happening. Okay. And if you have any doubts in mail, you know, anything that looks suspicious or there's a benefit that comes along the way and they said you're eligible for this, run it through us, as we have all walk-ins hours, you know, any Monday through Thursday, and we can look those things together. Okay. So thank you.
Right. And that's very important what Albert just said, because I myself have gotten a couple of calls last week. People called me asking me if I wanted to, if I had wanted to friend them. And so I sent out an email. I have not asked anybody to friend me, and nobody has asked me to friend them. So that's another thing that you have to be very careful of, because some of the people that were asking to be friends, they are already my friend. So I know that this was just a bogus call. So you have to be very, very careful about who you're friending and who's asking to friend them. Okay, that's very important. And of course, I will remind you too about that scam that I had gotten a couple of years ago, you know, that the person called me. I mean, and to this day, I cannot believe how that person sounded exactly like my grandson. And I sent that first amount of money. And then when my grandson called me back and I says, "Where are you?" And he says, "Grandma, I was in class and I just got out." So you have to be very, very careful about all of those calls that you get, and all those advertising offering you free cards and gifts and all of that. Just be very mindful of what's going on, okay? It's very important. So Aaron, if you have nothing else, and Gemma, you have nothing else?
Yeah, let me just look at the chat here. We'll try to address any questions here. And thank you, Albert and Gloria, for that good reminder in the scams. Social Security would never ask you for information. No one will ever ask you to get gift cards. So those are big red flags to let us know what's happening and be safe there. Okay, couple of things that came up in the chat. Let's see, we addressed book club. The chair dance question, I think we addressed. We're going to try to figure out the schedule issue on that. An update on the policy for registering for the center. So that's a good question. So that's changed a little bit, where we used to have you sign up for a registration appointment at the front desk. Obviously that sort of changed because we're sort of half remote, half hybrid, in-person remote. Best thing you can do if you're interested in signing up is to, or if somebody's interested in signing up, is to come either through the walk-in clinic to make a connection with the social worker, or to let us know. Gloria Gong, our clinical manager, will assign a social worker to call, and we can do registrations either over the phone or in person. And the registration process is the same. We ask a number of questions to figure out how to get in contact with you, who your emergency contacts would be, and then we ask questions to determine if there are benefits and entitlements we could help apply for, figure out if everything's going well related to financial management, health and wellness, food and nutrition, and housing, security and repairs and all that. So that's the registration process, and we are open to registering new folks. That answers your question, Leona. Okay, I think that's it for the chat. Is there any other questions that folks have for us today before we go?
Sorry, I also forgot to include, we have a COVID-19 info session with Dr. Scales of New York Presbyterian, Cornell. That will be tomorrow on Zoom. And then we have another one the following week, the 15th, which will also be in Zoom. But since we're open on Fridays again, on the 15th, we will be able to stream it in the dining room.
Great. And just to reiterate, the Metropolitan program is launching this month. If you are interested in meeting with a doctor through the center, through the telehealth program, talk to any one of the social workers or our nurse Lachelle, and we will get you set up to have that appointment. I'm excited about that starting, but we need you to get engaged with it, because they won't do it if we don't have anybody participating. So we'll be doing again more info sessions and tabling, but we need you to let us know. Okay.
I see a hand up on the screen. Anna Gloria.
Yes, Anna Gloria. Hello. You're on mute. Your phone's on mute, so I have to do the *6, I think.
Is that okay?
There you are. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned, Aaron, you said the word register. And so that brings to mind that our next membership meeting will be after the election. And I just wanted to remind everyone, and especially people such as myself who cannot go out, that there are means to help those who are, shut-ins and, who cannot go out or who have some form of disability, which makes it difficult to fill out the ballot, that there is help, and I'm sure at the center they'll help, and the Meals on Wheels people could possibly help, and Invisible Hands Deliver, they can be contacted for for assistance with that. But it's very important to have our elders vote. Many of them don't think it's possible, and it is.
Yes, thank you very much, Anna. Right on. We absolutely
Yeah,
appreciate that.
we have places where people can take your ballot and drop it off. I think the closest ones to you are the same ones on 100 and the Jackie Robinson complex. For myself, it's right here at the Knickerbocker on 2nd Avenue and 92nd. That's also a voting site, a place where people can vote. So
Great.
anyway, yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Anna. That we appreciate you bringing that up. And we are a polling site as well at Isaac Center.
Oh, okay. Great.
Hello? Hello, Aaron?
Hello, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to know, I have a question about the computer room.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. I want to know, when is the computer room open?
When is the computer room open to use the computer?
Yeah.
So maybe Gemma can update on this. We have, not many of those computers were working. We are trying to set up new stations to have access to the computers and the printers. So that should be up and running soon in its new spot. Gemma, do you have any updates on, is Gemma still there?
I'm hoping by November, but it may be mid-November. We have to get the center repainted. So I want to make sure the painting is done before we start putting stuff up on the walls, and putting stuff on the walls includes putting computer stations up.
Yeah. So we're kind of starting from, yeah, thanks, Maria. We're starting from scratch a bit with the computer stations, but we are committed to trying to get those back for you. In the meantime, if there are things you need help printing, or if you need help getting online, we can try to set you up at the center through walk-in clinic.
All right, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
And that's a good note to make, is that the building itself is 415, the senior center is going through some physical change. As Paki noted, the bathrooms are in alignment to get redone. We're enthusiastic about that. It's taken a long time to get the city to fulfill its commitment to do that, but now we've got a pathway. As you heard, there's painting planned. We now house, we're now home to a sort of a food bank, emergency food area in our building. And as Aaron and Gemma have been talking about, the desire to reset the space to be more friendly for computer accessibility is probably going to look different. I also think our rooms probably, given as the pandemic continues to be something we have to navigate, our rooms are never going to quite look exactly like they did. We're going to try to take them to the next sort of space they can be, so that everybody is safe and comfortable, but also that the accessibility remains. So thank you for being patient during this changing time period, but really we're kind of at the beginning of some change. Some things have changed, and so there's been some alterations to the physical building, but there's more to come, including the painting, including the bathrooms. But really the goal here is to try to create a space that is safe and comfortable, and one that can accommodate our needs. And on that note, I mean, I just want to acknowledge once again, before the pandemic, we didn't have the emergency food pantry space. We do now. We're very proud of that. We've tripled the number of meals that we're providing in a number of different ways. Very proud of that. That we have a modest little health suite in place. And as was noted today, the telehealth component is in place as well. And I think that's a reflection of our commitment to continuing to evolve, to make sure that your needs are being met and we're taking good care of each other.
I'd like to ask a question.
Sure.
What's the call for someone who want to start up a program at the center?
I'm
Gemma,
a programming committee.
Yeah, come to program committee led by Gemma, and Gemma has a new program assistant she'll be introducing next month. Her name is Bonnie, who will be helping run that as well. But program committee, Gemma, those are all places. We welcome.
Third Thursday of the month. I'll try to make it
Thursday of the month?
Yeah.
Great.
I just want to note we are at almost 3:20 and we do have to close up at 4. So I want to give the opportunity for, does anyone in the dining room have any questions? Nope. Okay. No one in the dining room has questions. So.
All right.
So
Gloria, you want to take us out?
Yes, I'm gonna take you out with this little poem. It's called The Perfect Gift. We live and learn in this old world, and as we older grow, still more and more we realize it's so little that we know. There's one thing that we wish we knew, it's where and when to speak, and how to say the things we feel to help the poor and weak. So many times we want to talk, but don't know what to say, to give someone the strength he needs to help him on his way. If God would grant one perfect gift to one so small and weak, the thing I'd ask is just to know when and where and how to speak. So think about that for your neighbor and the places that you come in contact with every day, how important it is to know when and how to speak. So thank you all for coming out this month. We look forward to seeing you in November, but in the meantime, make yourself available for all of the classes and programs that we offer.
Yes.
And let's keep this show on the road. God bless you
Yes.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Be
Thank you,
there.
Gloria. Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
all. God bless you all.
God bless.
Bless. God bless.
Very nice meeting.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Gloria. Nice meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you too.